Here you go, bud. There you go. Greetings and salutations. I was wondering if he would deign to grace us with his beastly presence this afternoon. He was having quite the carnivorous conversation with a squirrel out on the balcony. All right. Sam Mikulik, it's the first one I see in the chat. Christina, Anna, hello. Nicole Pierce, excellent Pickers Circle last night. Hey, I lost my co-host. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's manipulating me for more cat treats tonight. Yeah, aren't you? Aren't you? Here, take that, but stay here. Mickey! Mickey's in early. Jason Rice. Hey. Christy Davila. I trust Nick is watching with you. Patty Pinkstaff, who is already liked, shared, and saved. Thank you very much, Miss Patty. Michelle Vanderpool. Meg Sampson, hello. Hello, Melissa Catano. Never seen a cat eat a cucumber, indeed. Well, you know, he's not one for the carnivore's manual, I suppose. Nor is he one to hang out here with me tonight. Claire Foster. Claire Bear, are you going to the Mother Hips show at Crystal Bay in your neighborhood? I'm just assuming you are. Is there a show tonight? I actually don't know when is it a one night only or like Friday, Saturday, or all? I don't know what the schedule is. Didn't look that up. My mom is watching. Hello. And I'm assuming Dad is too. I think I saw Dari. Yep, there's Dari. I gotta scroll up. Ruth Sanchez. Ruth is already in Tahoe, as a matter of fact, for that same aforementioned Mother Hips concert show extraordinaire, which keeps kept getting put off, and then finally it's happening. Krista King, hello. Ned and Benny are here. Good. I was hoping y'all would be here and not missing the show tonight on your way to Tahoe. Oh, there's my dad in the chat. Neil Ackerman is my dad. Carol DeWald. Hi, Carol. Lovely to see you. Hey. He's doing his Dave Chappelle imitation. That's like every time he just decides to be rebellious, I'm gonna fuck up your couch, and he looks right at me and he scratches it up. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He wants to go outside and continue this carnivorous conversation with a squirrel. Hey, Ron Rice. All right. Made it home in time for the whole show. Awesome. Christopher Farron. It's the final countdown. All right. My chat is totally out of order now. So probably a half dozen more people have joined that I have not. Ed Marsh. Hey, Ed and Susie. Well, let's, I want to start off with something. I'm going to start off with something simple, fun, and stupid. For the folks that are watching that are not familiar with California geography, Los Angeles has this island just off of our coast. It's only a couple of hours by boat ride. called Catalina Island, and Californians, Southern Californians, typically go have a nice weekend in California, enjoy an island life. I will never forget my first visit to Catalina as a new denizen of California. I met this bartender, our group's bartender. Her name was Marnie, and Marnie had the most incredible story of, she was an older lady. She came to Catalina Island, I think she had said at the time of that conversation, 20 years previously. She had come over from LA, and she just said to hell with it. And she came over for a weekend. And then when it was time to get that ferry back on a Sunday evening and go back to her 9 to 5 Monday, existence on the mainland, she just said, fuck it, I'm not going back. And she stayed on that island and had not, at the time of that conversation, had not left the island for 20 years. The apartment that she lived in, all of her stuff that was in said apartment, I don't know if she had a vehicle or what. Like, I don't know the order of magnitude of stuff she just spontaneously gave up. But she said that very week she had gotten herself a job as a bartender. So I never hear of like Jimmy Buffett songs without thinking of Marnie. Yeah, let's do it in this key. Okay, we're going to do it in B flat. So this first song is one you will all know that I in my brain is permanently associated with Catalina Island. F-bombs, drink up. This is Margaritaville. Oh, Nicole Pierce saw Jimmy Buffett at Kaboo? That's crazy. I didn't know he had played at Kaboo. That's funny. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All those tourists covered in oil, strumming my 12-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp that beginning to boil, wasting away in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaken salt. Some people claim there's a woman to blame, but I know it's all Wolfgang's fault. Yes, I'm reduced to trolling my cat. Don't know the reason, stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How we got here, I haven't a clue. Wasting away in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaken soul. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's that big gray cat's fault. He keeps looking at me and putting his ears back. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, let the cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, ooh, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's all Wolfgang's fault. Some people say that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's that big cray cat's fault. I see Sam found a salt emoji. That's awesome. Mom is saying to Paul, is Paul in the chat? I'm assuming she must be if Mom is addressing him already. Fun show last night. Also enjoyed the after chat. That was a fun show. We did a staged reading. It would be a table read, except there weren't tables. I guess that would make it a Zoom read of a really fun play last night that Paul put together on the Vaudacity network. Rutro, there's a bear at the front door. Be back in a minute or three. Claire's probably not actually going to the front door to chase the said bear away. She's probably getting her camera to make sure that she gets pictures before it leaves. Thank you, Kelsey Blaine. Thank you, Kelsey Blaine Gibson, putting a little dab in the super chat saying love this song. That's very sweet. Yeah, we got more on the way, Paul said. Excellent. As far as I could see, there was only one hookup in the otherwise glass smooth setup of doing a Zoom read, which is that night before last, I group message everybody. So we getting the script like before? What's going on with this? And Paul says, yeah, scroll up. And sure enough, I see the script has been posted as a PDF on 420. Well, yeah, of course I missed it if you posted it on 420. What am I supposed to be, like, responsible on 420? Come on. Speaking of 420, it was April 20th just last week, which is, of course, an informal holiday. So I'm going to have to... before this LoveCAST is over, play you all something from the soundtrack of The Big Lebowski, which I watched on 420 as one imbibes the sacrament of the dude. That's right, the dude abides. Great. Not taken, indeed. No, I don't celebrate it the whole week. I just celebrate it that one day, and 421 isn't like this day of responsibility to like go back and see what we missed. That's just, we expect people to expect us to miss stuff on 420. I don't know who this we and us stuff is, but Oh no, Nicole Pierce suddenly craving a White Russian. I say oh no because Miss Pierce is of course expecting, and that's well, that's a bummer, man. Another little sip, and let's drink for me. Indeed, Nicole, drink for Nicole. And hey, everybody in the chat, say hey to Miss Katie, who has been absent for a month. Oh, look at that. People are already saying hi, Katie, before I even got that out. Katie messaged me like a month ago that she was going away on a retreat and would be absent for all of the LoveCAST shows and see you again in a month. And certainly this morning I got a sweet message from Katie saying, hey, I'm back. See you at the show tonight. So, hello, Katie. Welcome back. Yes, I'm drinking out of a measuring cup. More on that later. Jimi Hendrix wrote this next one. I love the notion that one of Jimi Hendrix's most famous recorded tracks is a Bob Dylan song, All Along the Watchtower. Of course, Dylan being the folk rock legend, as Joan Baez called him, the unwashed phenomenon. That was a lyric in Diamonds and Rust, by the way. I love that that Hendrix took this like folk song and turned it into a late 60s rock classic. And that was All Along the Watchtower. All right, so I've done the exact inverse with this Hendrix rock classic, Little Wing, turned it into more of a folk song. Well, she's walking through the clouds, circus mind that's running wild. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams, fairy tales, running with the wind. And I'm saying she comes to me, 1,000 smiles she gives to me free. It's alright, she said, it's alright. Take anything you want from me. Anything. Oh, floundering away. Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. Diane and Nicole, are you out there? Well, hello, Miss Christine. I need to learn how to say hello, Christine, or hello, Lone Christine in Vietnamese. Maybe I'll do that for the next show. Google Translate's such a magical, wonderful thing. Yeah, so Diana, Nicole, are you watching? Nicole, we have a classic rock night scheduled? Damn, I must be... Did they post classic rock night on 420 or something? I missed that announcement. When is that? Okay, so Ron Rice is reminiscing about Rod Stewart. And one of the things that my band does when we're out on tour, if we have a really comfy place to stay for the night and maybe like a DVD player or something that can stream internet, is watch like classic, awesome, quintessential concerts. And there's this one concert, and it's gotta be the mid-70s. And Rod Stewart has this like cravat. And they come out and, oh my God, this concert is so classic and at the same time so like not okay. At one point, like Rod Stewart is just note for note awesome in this whole thing, but he's like Arthur drunk. I mean, he's like doing his Jack Sparrow impersonation 35, 40 years before the character was even thought of, right? He's sort of flitting about the stage anytime he's not singing. And at one point during the guitar solo, he literally lies down on the stage. Now, it's not just that he's lying down during a guitar solo and attentively listening in some sort of horizontal position. He's actually laying face down on the stage, completely like, you know, like the chalk outline that you see of like something. Imagine a snow angel, but face down. That was Rod Stewart during this entire guitar solo. I don't even remember what song it was. I'm pretty sure it was a Faces concert. This was one of the most unbelievable concerts I have ever seen. And then the guitar solo comes like to a close. He sort of pulls himself up, finds the microphone, and he's back on it, and it keeps on going. It's unreal. You got to see this thing. Man. I don't see Miss Diana Nicole in the chat. That's a bummer, man. I wanted to play her. I am here. Okay, she is here. Okay, good. So she's saying here, okay, a bunch of people are now like chiming in that she's here. Apparently, I'm just like looking up every time. So, okay, now here's something. Nicole Pierce is saying, random fact, Rod Stewart holds the current world record for the biggest gig of all time, 1994, Copacabana Beach, to a staggering 3.5 million people. My question about this particular fact is that the Rolling Stones did a concert in Brazil, and I don't remember what year. Shit, I'm getting like even off on the decade. I need one of my bandmates in the chat here now to chime in. And they played this thing that did, you know how like Woodstock, they sell some unbelievable amount of tickets, like they sell like 50,000 tickets and 500,000 people showed up, something like that. Something like that happened in Brazil, where it was just millions and millions more people came to this Rolling Stones concert. Was it Copacabana Beach as well? I don't know, honestly. I saw this thing. Yeah, super spreader indeed. This was between pandemics, fortunately. Woodstock, however, was not between pandemics. There was some kind of a pandemic going on at the time of Woodstock, and now I can't remember what contagion it was. It seems like it was a virus. I mean, it must have been a virus for me to for it to have been a pandemic in the late 60s. But in any case, okay, so yeah, crowd control wasn't really controlled, indeed. And Brazil, well, yeah, Brazil is the Stones held a free concert in honor of their 50th anniversary on Copacabana Beach. The reported attendance, 1.5 million. Okay. And Ron Rice says the brown acid. Yeah. All right. All those numbers coming from Google. Sounds like Rod Stewart has it. Okay, so I'm going to play one of my favorite songs from Neutral Milk Hotel, and then come back around to this incredible request that Miss Diana Nicole made. I've just been obsessed with this song that Miss Diana requested. This is just an unbelievable song. So this next song comes from, there's a songwriter named Jeff Magnum, and in my humble opinion, his band Neutral Milk Hotel perfected lo-fi indie rock as its own whatever subgenre. You're not gonna attract millions of people to Copacabana Beach by playing Neutral Milk Hotel, but in one of the more interesting concert situations I have ever been aware of, you might pack a warehouse full for a tribute group called Neutral Uke Hotel, where all the members of the band play ukulele, and all they do is Neutral Milk Hotel covers, and it is just incredible. If you ever have the chance to see this in a post-vaccinated state, I'd strongly recommend it. This is one of my favorite songs of Neutral Milk Hotel. This is called In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. What a beautiful face I have found in this place. They're circling all around the sun. What a beautiful dream could flash on the screen in the blink of an eye and be gone from me. Soft and sweet, let me hold it close and keep it here with me. One day we will die ashes will fly from the aeroplane over the sea. But for now we are young, let us lay in the sun, let us count every beautiful thing we can see. Love to be in the arms of all I'm keeping here with me. What a curious life we've found here tonight. There's music that sounds from the street. There are lights in the clouds and there's ghosts all around. Hear a voice as it's rolling and ringing through me. Soft and sweet, how the notes all bend and reach above the tree. Now how I remember you, how I would push my fingers through your mouth to make those muscles move, make your voice so smooth and sweet. Now we keep where we don't know, all secrets sleep in winter clothes with one you loved so long ago. Now we don't even know his name. What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling all around the sun. When we meet on a cloud, I'll be laughing out loud. I'll be laughing with everyone I see. Can't believe how strange it is to be anything at all. Don. Oh, Don Emery's got 12-string envy going on. I'm gonna have to switch out this pedal. Yeah, you know, this actual 12-string. This actual 12-string was... Thank you, Mom. Yes, there's a video of that song on Hunter's Acoustic Cabin. When I was looking around, when I was shopping around for my first real guitar, I had bought one from Costco that was like under $200. That was just like, okay, this guitar will work. I can, you know, I'm never going to regret this purchase of under $200. When I know more about guitars, I'll get something else and I'll just keep this one. It's all cool. And if I destroy this one in the process, that'll work out just fine too. And I was just, you go into a guitar shop, you just pick off things off the wall. You just try them all. I'd recommend bringing your own pick and bringing a tuner in doing this process. But in just looking around, I picked up a 12-string. And I remember so specifically, all I did was strum an E minor. And it was like sculpting thunder in my hands. It was just one of those ephemeral, hard to describe experiences. I would call it spiritual in nature. And it was one chord, and I immediately what the hell is this thing? And I looked, and it was a Martin DM12. It was not this exact guitar, because I could not even come close to affording it at the time. And yeah, I immediately resolved to, I don't care what I need to do. I'm going to save up the money until I can get myself a Martin DM12. And this is not even like a top-of-the-line Martin. It's not like a top-of-the-line 12, but it was just, it spoke to me. Man, it was like that woman that you fall in love with despite the best advice of your parents and closest friends and advisors. Yeah. I will never forget that. And I worked all summer in my job as a rock climbing instructor to to get a Martin DM12. Eventually I got one on eBay. Don Emery said, I can't afford a Martin. Target has a Marty DM12 on sale. That's awesome. So Nicole, yes, I have played a musical saw. I'm not good at it. It just so happens that a very good friend of mine is an incredible musical saw, bowed saw player. And yeah, Nicole, I'm sure, is asking that because it's because of the relevance to Neutral Milk Hotel. They used they used saws in several songs, and if you never heard a bowed saw, what it sounds like is, imagine drawing not a violin bow, but something larger, like a cello bow, across a large piece of metal, and then as you bend the piece of metal, it changes pitch, obviously. And yeah, it's a really interesting instrument, and one that you can go outside and cut wood with afterwards. So, Kelsey Blaine Gibson, I'm glad you're I'm glad you're progressing on the ukulele. She got a songbook and knows how to tune it to open C. Oh, right. A capo. Cool. See Paul Carganella for tips on capo implementation. So I teased a few times that Diana Nicole had a request that I got all caught up and obsessed with. Well, it is time for that request. And upcoming next week, Ned Clark and Benny Shoyan are going to be up in Big Bear, and we are all going to be fully vaccinated. They're already fully vaccinated. I will be fully vaccinated by next week. And so join us next week again for LoveCAST 55, when we have our first live guest here at the cabin. Ned Clark is going to play a song or two for you all. He's going to accompany me on something or two. We haven't even figured out all the particulars, but that's going to happen next week for LoveCAST 55. Stay tuned. Yeah. Paul, I have a car. Yeah. Amanda, that's fabulous. Fabulous. I would love that, Amanda. Are you and David now? Are you guys vaccinated yet, or are you going to be soon? If you adjust the speed continuously, I bet you could have a musical sawzall. Yeah, I bet so, but a sawzall is just going to go, and, oh, no, but if you have a speed adjuster, right. If you have, a rheostat, that's what you call that. Interesting point. I have never thought of making music out of a sawzall. Well, there's the thing, Paul Carganella, who tried a 12-string Guitar Center recently. I don't think my fingers are fat enough to play one well. The ease of playability depends on the thickness of the strings, and also depends on the neck tension much more than anything. Just like a 6-string. I have played 12 strings that were set up so well they were easier to play than other 6 strings. So, yeah, find a sound that you like and find a neck shape that you're comfortable with. And after that, it's just a matter of setup. So Diana Nicole requested this song from 2004. This is a group called Old Crow Medicine Show. And I don't know what else to say about this song, but I just, oh my God, I love this song. I just love this song. It is 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I probably would not have played it because it's country. And once upon a time, in the course of my musical evolution, I was so jaded by things that are unappealing about modern pop country that it turned me off to playing the genre altogether. In any case, what I love about this particular song is it's honest. It's real. It doesn't sound like it was written from a Rolodex of taking like Americana terms and throwing them into a hat and then pulling them out and making them rhyme and setting them to a melody. There's something real about this song. And yes, Katie, this is Old Crow Medicine Show. This is Wagon Wheel. Headed down south to the land of the pines, strumming my way to North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I'm headed down the coast, shooting 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of old flowers, hoping for a rally I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, the North Country winters keep getting me now. Lost my money playing poker, so I had to up and leave. But I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking to the south, had a road, no, caught a trucker and a filly, had a nice long toke. He's headed for the west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta get a move on before the sun. Hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, I love that song. Ah, God, I love that song in a way that makes my palms sweat. Jesus, thank you so much, Diane and Nicole, for that request. That is just, There's something alive about that song that I just can't put my finger on it, you know? In a strange tangent, one of my more interesting side jobs is modeling for sculpture, sometimes in museums. And when they do like a class, for example. And there was this class that I was posing for. I think it was like a 9-week class, as everybody needs a lot of time to work on a sculpture. So I've got to hold like this one pose for several hours at a time, and they just sculpt me. And but the cool part about it was that as they went on tours of the museum, I got to go on the tours with them and listen to the lectures. This was at the Getty on this particular occasion. And the teacher was pointing out different paintings, different sculptures, different works of art that was like, okay, look at this one. This is neoclassically perfect. There's not a flaw that you can find. There's not a, like, if this were a piece of music and this, in this genre, if this were a piece of music, there's not a line out of place. There's not a note that is off pitch. There is not a chord that is inaccurately written. This is just this piece of cold, distant perfection. Now we go over to Monet's Impressionism. And here's this painting of not even animals, not even humans. There's just this, it's just this painting of haystacks in a morning dew just after sunrise. And it feels alive as you look at it. It doesn't feel like you're just observing this piece of perfect art on a wall. It feels like you are in the presence of something that has its own existence. It really feels, by looking at this painting, like I can relate to what it must be like to be standing in this field as the sun rises and the dew sets on these haystacks in the early morning. And Monet and I are standing together experiencing this thing. And that song, just even as lyrics and chords on a page, jumps out at me that way. It feels alive in a way that I don't have to stretch for to make it come alive. It's already there, and all I have to do is clear my window and let it pass through the way it will. Well, so here's a list of other things that I appreciate, which are the folks that dropped into the tip jar from last week, the virtual tip jar for LoveCAST 53. The folks I want to thank for keeping the lights on and keeping the cat food bowls full. Donors to LoveCAST 53 were Miss Josepha Snyder, Christy and Nick Davila, Joy and Ed King, Ed and Susie Marsh, Ned Clark, who you'll be seeing right here next week. Haven't quite decided if we're going to be inside by the fireplace or outside on the balcony or what. All that'll be weather dependent, but Ned Clark was a donor, as well as Benny Shoyan. These are Born to Play Productions in the chat. Miss Kathy Balcom. By the way, Kathy has a similar request. The whole art coming alive thing. Kathy's got this request that I've been working on because, like, okay, I got all the words right. I got all the notes right. I got the song correct, but it doesn't yet feel alive. I haven't turned that corner with Kathy's request yet. There's relevance, Kathy. I haven't forgotten, obviously. Miss Julie Emery, Rick and Karen Oliver, Spencer Coates. And here's the funny thing about both Rick and Karen Oliver and Spencer Coates' donations. They both gave twice in the last week, so I think that retroactively applies. In fact, Spencer Coates specifically said this applies to LoveCAST 52 as well as 53. Meg Sampson, Emily Thatcher, and one anonymous donation. Well, Diana says I should request more country for you. See, that's the thing about country is it's like modern pop country. I already railed against this as a genre. It's a little too similar to how Hank Hill described Christian rock. And if you've never seen King of the Hill, oh my God, what a great character that Mike Judge gave us in Hank Hill. Hank Hill is an over the top conservative Texan, all right? And and I'm sure he's religious. The family goes to church every Sunday, all the things. For some reason, Hank Hill goes to a Christian rock concert. I don't know why. But he can hear and feel the inauthenticity happening. right? It's just like I was saying about modern pop country. There's just like these phrases, these pop culture phrases thrown into a hat and then just like toss out onto the floor and like, let's make this rhyme and set it to a melody and just sell albums. And so Hank Hill is backstage at a Christian rock concert, and he's talking to one of the Christian rock musicians and saying, see, the thing is, you're not making Christianity better. You're just making rock worse. I have never heard a better encapsulation, because even when I was religious as a teenager, I kind of felt bad for still not liking Christian rock. As a religious teenager, I felt like I was like somehow being manipulated into an opinion that I already agreed with. And it was just, I don't know, there was something just disingenuous I couldn't put my finger on. And I was like, to be a good person, you should buy these albums because they talk about Jesus and rhyme. And I don't know, it was... But the good classic country, Woody Guthrie, Merle Haggard, holy shit, Merle Haggard. Merle Haggard never sang anything inauthentic in his entire career. Okay, enough rant. Yeah, Ron Rice just wrote down Striper, indeed. Yeah, Willie Nelson. See, Willie Nelson is a perfect example because in Willie's category, you couldn't talk about weed and sell country albums, but Willie did it anyway. And same thing in Wagon Wheel. Walking to the south at a Roanoke, caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long toke. Like in 2004, you don't put that into a country album when you're trying to sell albums to country music consumers, right? Willie's hair is what dreams are made of, indeed. Yes, indeed. Merle is the bomb diggity. Tim Bloom came out with a Merle Haggard cover album. It's an album of nothing but Hag Heaven. Off the top of my head, it's called Hag Heaven, and that is a fun, awesome album. I expect there's a lot of Mother Hips fans that are en route to Lake Tahoe and not actually hearing the show right now because he's, Billy Ray Cyrus, smiley face. Yes, exactly. The only thing that I have ever believed Billy Ray Cyrus to be actually emotionally involved in was probably the conception of Little Cyrus. What's her name? God damn it. What's I'm not disappointed that I can't remember the Little Cyrus girl's name. Shit. Okay. Miley Ray Cyrus. Thank you. The surprisingly good actress though. If you haven't seen, she did I think it was the season finale. I think she starred in the last episode of Black Mirror on Netflix. And she did surprisingly, I was surprised by two things. One, what a naturally good actress she is, probably very well trained. And two, what a crazy low voice she actually has. I mean, I've got to smoke a lot of cigarettes and do a cartoonish impression for what a funny low voice Miley Ray Cyrus actually has. But it's just actually how she talks. It's a real register. It's a damn thing. So, oh man. There's nothing on the Vaudacity channel after me tonight. Isn't that correct? Can someone confirm or deny? To put it in old school military intelligence terms. And this is where I'm looking around. This is like I'm doing my Paul impression. So good, and I can't find my capo. This one will do. Okay, Mom says correct. I'm assuming she's saying correct about no one following me on Vaudacity tonight, so we can go a little over. Keep on playing, we love it. Well, thank you, Benny. Hannah Montana. There we go. There we go. I was just gonna I was gonna just utterly screw the pooch trying to remember that name. Cause Miley Dakota. What the hell was her name? Yeah, just watch me struggle for that one. All right. Wouldn't be Vaudacity if you stopped on time, indeed. So, this is my favorite Beatles song about IKEA furniture. This is Norwegian Wood. Should I say she once had me? She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anyway. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking the wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I woke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it Norwegian wood? I love that song. Wow. Okay, so it's a little after 7 already. And yeah, Patty Pinkstaff. No Burning Man for 2021. Oh, but NAMM is on. I hadn't heard that NAMM was on. Okay. Thank you. Good to know. And Patty, if I could impose upon you the offer you previously made for a badge to NAMM this year, I would appreciate that. I don't know the state of whatever world we live in that my former ins will be valid anymore. But so the thing about Burning Man 2021, what I think at this point is going to happen is instead of going out there for 2 weeks of unity, my camp at Burning Man, it's called Swing City. It's an acrobatics camp, if you've not heard of it. Charmingly overtime indeed. My camp at Burning Man, I think we're just going to informally drive out there. Well, shit, I just lost my camera. So I'm going to switch to the laptop camera, and we're going to play one more song. Nope, don't change the audio. Stay with me, folks. We can fix this camera thing. Properties, cam link, face cam, built in. Go to that. There we go. All right. We shall overcome. Erin Powell. I bet Erin Powell's in Tahoe. She's probably Danny Roque could fix it indeed. Yeah, so what I was saying about Burning Man, I bet my camp goes out there just as individuals gathering on federal land and will safely gather. You see, there's this thing about acrobats that they, and I'm not calling myself we in that category, acrobats tend to be disproportionately intelligent people. I don't understand exactly how and why that works out or has worked out, but that's just my experience of dealing with human beings. I've met very few below average intelligent acrobats. Just seems to be this weird crossover in human occupation. And we have a lot of very scientifically literate folks in my camp. That is not 100% by all means. What I'm kind of hedging around is that we have a disproportionately small number of anti-vaxxers in Swing City. Not zero, but very small amount. So I think my camp mates, we're just going to drive out to the desert in Nevada where Burning Man happens every year, and we're just going to camp together for about 2 or 3 days instead of the whole epic Bronze Age biblical time that we usually have together. We'll just do like a 3-day weekend kind of thing. And problem-solving skills required to not die. Mickey Mooney, who is a campmate and one of those said above-average intelligent people. She's a veterinarian by trade, lots of medical expertise, and yes, she is also an acro yoga specialist champion. She teaches acro yoga as a side thing just for the fun of it. Spencer, we know each other from the green? Crazy. I thought it was something else, but yeah, okay. Anyway, well, cheers, Spencer. So anyway, yeah, I think my campmates and I were going to just drive out to the site of what would be Black Rock City and just camp together for a couple of days without porta potties. That's going to be interesting. Probably going to be like a bucket of kitty litter, something like that. And when we do, I'm going to play this song for everybody out there. Yeah, this song. My camera overheated, by the way. This is why we switched views and suddenly lost some digitation. Resolution, not digitation, Jesus. All right, so this is a Mazzy Star song, and this is one of those songs, like I was referring to a little while ago, it just has its own life. Take breath that's true. I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you and see the truth. You live your life, you go you'll come upon, you'll go blind. Some kind of night to your darkness colors your eyes with what's not there. Fade stranger's light comes on slowly. A stranger's heart without a home. Put your hands into your head. Noon smiles cover your heart. Fade into you. Strange you never knew. Fade into you. I think it's strange you never knew. Fade into you. Strange you never knew. Fade into you. I think it's strange you never knew. 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 Well, thank you so much for joining us. If anybody has a good heat sink solution for a Sony ZV-1, no, it's not a Canon. Yeah, please private message me. I think I've got an idea that doesn't involve a fan. But that reverb switch I'm going to have to replace also. Yeah, thank you again. Just everybody who comes in every week. I'm just... This is that dream job that they always talk about when saying, if you don't have to worry about money, what would you do? I would do this. I would do this. And my favorite thing about doing this is seeing this incredible community of folks that get together in the chat every week and have this amazing rapport that happens in the chat. So this is where I'm going to leave everybody for a few minutes with a close-up on the fire, just to say goodnight to each other for a few minutes. Good luck, Diana and Nicole. I didn't know about this on Monday, but As Svetlana said, I hope it's nothing serious. And I will, thank you, Nicole. I will give Wolfgang a hug and a treat after telling him that he's an asshole for looking me square in the eyes and clawing up the couch at the beginning of the show. I will then extend your salutations and see you all at the Suggestion Box Improv show on Vaudacity tomorrow. Whatever happens between now and the next time that we see each other, thank you for joining us. I love you all.